Hi, I'm Chi, and today we'll be talking about something called Pythagoras Theorem. So, it's a theorem or a concept that can be used to solve some very important mathematical problems, and it involves a couple of triangles. So, let's talk a little bit about the theorem. So, first of all, it involves a triangle, and specifically a right angle triangle. And a right angle triangle means that it is a triangle with a corner, right, with an angle of 90 degrees. Okay, and the theorem states that the opposite of the 90 degrees, let's call it the letter C, A, and B. The letter C is what we call it as the hypotenuse. And this is the longest side of the entire triangle. And the theorem states that the square of this side is equal to the square of A and the square of B. This is the Pythagoras theorem. Now, we're gonna use this principle and try to solve this problem here. Okay, so first things first, we have a sort of like a shape here, and we can see there are two right angle triangles here. So this is right angle triangle number 1 and right angle triangle number 2. I'm just going to label it here so you can see it clearly. And we have the letters here to clearly mark what each and every corners mean. And there are their corresponding lengths. We have A, B, the length is 4 centimeters, BC is 3 centimeters, CD is 12 centimeters, and A and D is missing. And this is the part that we are trying to solve. So we're going to use this principle to solve this problem, to find the unknown. So that's what the Pythagoras theorem does, to find unknowns. And we're going to start with what we got here. And obviously, the most complete is A, B, and C. So we look at triangle. This is a triangle mark, A, B, and C. We have the hypotenuse will be A and C because it's opposite of the 90 degree, right? So we know very well that A and C squared, the hypotenuse, is equal to AB squared, the sum, right? AB squared and BC squared. And what do we have here? This goes back to your squares, and we have AC squared is equal to AB squared, which is 4 squared, plus BC squared, which is 3 squared. And AC squared is equal to 4 times 4 plus 3 times 3. AC squared is equal to 4 times 4 is 16. And 3 times 3 is 9. And this adds up to 16 plus 9 is 25. And the square root of 25, the square both sides, right? Square root both sides. Okay, and this sort of cancels off the square. So AC is equal to 5. Okay, so which means this length here we know is 5 centimeters, right? So we have found out what AC is. Well, let's work out A and D. Can we work out A and D? Of course. This is the right angle triangle. A and D will be the hypotenuse because it's the longest distance. And we have C and D and A and C, right? So all we got to do here is to use the Pythagoras Theorem to solve for A and D. So let's look at triangle ACD, right? We know very well that A and D is the hypotenuse is equal to AC squared plus CD squared. AD squared is equal to AC squared, which is 5 squared, plus CD squared, which is 12 squared. AD squared is equal to 25. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 12 times 12 is 144. And we sum this up, you're going to get 169. And the square root of 169 is equal to 13. This is your answer, and we have found out what the length of A and D is. So that's how you apply Pythagoras Theorem to solving some basic problems. And I've attached a simple cheat sheet for you guys, and if you're interested, you can download it completely for free in the description below. And if you have any questions or anything else you wish for me to cover, please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.